the quiet love we shared without saying a word. There's a kind of love that doesn't need to be spoken. It doesn't need grand gestures or constant validation. It doesn't need to be declared or shouted from the rooftops. Sometimes love is quieter than that. Sometimes love is in the silences, in the moments that don't need words to be understood. I met her at a time when I wasn't sure if I was ready for love. I had been hurt before, and I wasn't looking for someone to fix me. I was content with just being on my own, figuring things out. But then, she came into my life, not with a bang, not with fireworks, but with a softness that felt right. She didn't push, didn't demand attention. She just was. And somehow, that was exactly what I needed. We didn't talk much at first. It wasn't that we didn't have things to say. It was just that when we were together, words didn't seem necessary. We could sit in silence for hours, and it was never uncomfortable. We didn't have to fill every moment with conversation, with distractions. There was something about just being in the same space, sharing the same air, that felt more meaningful than anything we could have said. I realized early on that this was a different kind of love. It wasn't the kind of love that needed constant reassurance. It wasn't the kind of love that expected anything in return. It was the love that simply existed, quietly, gently. It was the love that needed no words to be understood. It was the love that spoke volumes in the smallest of gestures. The way she would reach for my hand without thinking. The way she would smile at me from across the room. The way we'd sit together and not say a word. And yet, feel like we were saying everything we needed to. There was comfort in the silence. Comfort in knowing that we didn't have to say everything out loud. To know we were there for each other. It was in the way she would look at me when I was feeling down. In the way she would make me a cup of tea without asking. It was in the way I would bring her favorite book to her place, knowing exactly which one she had been reading last, just because I knew she'd want to finish it soon. It wasn't about the big moments. It was about the small things that showed we were paying attention to each other. The quiet love we shared wasn't perfect. There were misunderstandings, moments of frustration, times when words were needed, but not spoken. But even in those moments, the love never left. It was always there, underlying everything, quietly holding us together. It wasn't loud, but it was steady. It wasn't flashy, but it was real. And it was the kind of love that grew over time, not because of the words we said, but because of the understanding that we shared without speaking. Looking back, I realized that sometimes the best kind of love is the one that doesn't require constant validation or expression. It's the love that exists in the silences, in the moments when you don't need to say anything to know you're there for each other. It's the love that doesn't demand attention, but quietly becomes a part of you, a part of your life. Without you even realizing it, quiet love we shared without saying a word taught me that love doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. It taught me that sometimes the most meaningful moments are the ones that don't need to be explained. The ones that are simply understood. I will always cherish the love we had. The quiet love that didn't need words to be felt. And I'll always remember the way it made me feel seen, understood, and loved without needing to say a single thing. I'm Lucy, DC, and this is Unsaid Love.